just in case. That's good. All right, so we got that chat. Now I need to go into the live stream. All right, now I'll get back to the live stream. Let's see what's good. Daniel Barry, first in the building, in the building. We got a little bit of a new setup here, and I'm trying it out. I want to see how the chat comes up on the screen because I think if you guys are interacting with me, you should be able to see your comments on the screen. It's my little way of, you know, showing recognition to the folks who come on to the stream. Let's see how this thing looks when the chat starts loading up on screen. Hopefully it does sometime soon. Custom t-shirts. Yeah, we're going to get into custom t-shirts and what's been said about them. Alejandro, what up, man? Chris, what's going on? Okay, so I'm not getting my chat to come up on screen and I'm waiting for it. Looks like it's, there we go. There we go. What up, Matt Abbott? Perfect. Perfectly set up exactly what I wanted it to look like. So when I'm addressing comments, I know a lot of times I start going off and I don't, a lot of you guys that are watching can't even see the comment that I'm referring to. So I thought this was dope. Maybe I should leave it like on a standstill. Hold on a second. I think I don't want it to go out. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Appreciate y'all being here. Let me just fix this up. Starfish, Stretch Pig, Hoax, what's goody, y'all? I see you, Matt, Chris, Icy J. What up, my G's? Hey, let me just fix this so that I want the comments to stay on screen and just scroll up instead of fading away like that. So let me see if I can fix that right quick. Give me 1 second. There we go. Read access, control via you. I think I have to do it. Read access. Yeah, I think I have to do it from Streamlabs. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I could get this thing done. Give me 1 second, yeah, and I'll get with you. We'll talk about the custom t-shirts and what they had to say about it. Let me see if I could do this here. Again, with YouTube. One setting there. Allow. I don't even know if I was supposed to do that there. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it didn't just jack this thing up. Not alert box. We need a chat box. Give me 1 second, yeah. Now, where do you get the chat box at? That's alert box. Maybe I'll do it another time. I don't know why it didn't cross my mind while I was, damn, that sucks. Multi-stream, alert box, essentials, cloud bot. Why wouldn't there be a chat box? Let me see. Chat box, here we go, our favorites, chat box. Let's see what this looks like. Widget to URL, there we go, okay, boxed. I'm getting it. Give me 1 second. It should be here. Hide messages. Always show messages. There we go. And then I'll save these settings. And maybe I'll look into this to get some copy. All right, now we should be good. Let me see if I can incorporate this so the messages stay on and we should be good. See him now. What up, Heck? What's good, Heck? I just got to repaste this and hopefully it doesn't change everything else. Paste. Okay. Okay, now let's see if it stays on screen. It looks like City keeping me updated. I want to play the game. I appreciate that, Frank. Hey, I know it's tough, man. It's been tough for me too, and I try to keep it a buck with y'all, man, for real. It's been tough for me to even consider getting on 2K, and I don't think it's hard to say it's not 2K's fault when a player says something like that, right? Chris said this is last 2K grinding. It's hard to say it's not 2K's fault, but unfortunately they aren't. I don't feel like they're keeping me intrigued, and the grind doesn't feel rewarding. So I was watching this video today. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was on Twitter. And by the way, follow me on X. Follow me in my socials. I put the socials up there so you guys can see them, or right here. We got customs back. So that's the dilemma. You see, a perfect instance. I really, really enjoyed customs. I don't know if you guys remember when we had custom t-shirts. Maybe a lot of you guys just don't remember. Let me sit up because I be getting way too comfy. On last year. I was about to put my feet up like it was a regular old day. I'm not even streaming. If 2K24, let's imagine 2K24 would have had custom. What up, J-Riz? J-Riz in the building. Grayson, I see you. What's goody, y'all? Salute to everybody else who's here. I appreciate that, man, Abbott. But let's imagine for a second that 2K24 had custom t-shirts. For those that don't remember, we had a custom t-shirt maker in 2K18. Now, I don't understand how 2K didn't know what was going to happen when they created J-Riz. Maybe you could chime in on this as well. But how didn't 2K know what was going to happen when they allow you to damn near upload any image and put it on a t-shirt and wear it? And you wear it, anywhere. You was wearing it in the park, you wear it, it's your joint. So I used to have a ton of fun with that because I was a streamer. So I would like create a Twitch shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like I create a purple shirt with my Twitch on it. It was just super dope at that time. And I spent a ton of time on that. For y'all, imagine that joint happened in 2K24. And this was confusing because 2K does allow you to upload images when you're creating a Pro-Am arena. I don't know if that's still, I'm almost certain that's still in the game because I did upload my logo for the Maniacs. What up, Blake? What's good, man? James Williams in the building. 2K20 was the last year. That's how I feel too. I kind of feel that the same way. It's like, 2K20, and this very well could be me. And maybe I need you guys' feedback for this type of stuff. Because I've had way less patience for 2K. I don't know if you guys been on the same type of time. Yeah, people were making Gucci and Louie shirts. Facts. Facts, J-Riz, man. What happened with the T-shirt maker, which I know I'm jumping around here. Let's try and stick to one topic so I don't jump around for the folks that are new here. But with the custom T-shirt maker, folks were uploading a bunch of copyrighted stuff. And I'm saying that right, copyrighted, in case you guys don't know. It's not copywritten, it's copyrighted for the folks that don't know, because I know a lot of these folks be saying, yeah, it was copywritten. Nah, bro. They're not talking about writing, they're talking about rights. So anyway, a lot of the stuff was copyrighted. And I guess 2K got in, it's amazing to me, but I guess 2K got in trouble for it. So Ronnie 2K ended up responding. They got custom courts in my team. They policed the update. Custom shirts don't exist in Park for money. And I kind of feel the same way because thank you for saying that, Hack. We would just make the clothes that's in swags. Yeah, I would like to say that the community would have even been excited for us to be able to customize what's in swags. So it wouldn't be a bad thing, a bad effort on 2K's part to take all the logos and all the shirt colors and everything that they offer in swags and just put that into one kiosk. What we used to have was kiosks in 2K18. And you go up to the kiosk and you create your shirt. And it was like a voting thing as well, where the community could vote on your shirt and then your shirt could be pushed up. So before you know it, the whole 2K community could be wearing your shirt. It was just a super dope process. But it wouldn't be a bad idea if 2K just took everything that's in swags that they use to create the clothing that's uploaded to swags and give that to the community for us to customize. I'm sure the community would be super excited. Everybody likes to look unique. And that's the thing. We all want to look different. We all want to look unique, start a trend or whatnot. And it would serve 2K. It would serve in their best interest to allow that to happen. But which I have to put this up. Ronnie 2K touch base on it, and I'm gonna let me see. Let me put posts. Let me put posts. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I got it right in my screenshots, which I'll pull up right now because Ronnie 2K touched base on it. Someone asked him, like, yo, when we getting the custom shirts back, B? And Ronnie 2K. First of all, let me show you guys what it looked like before this is the message here. I don't know. All City Renee, matter of fact, was touched base on this because this is another one that I saved. But All City Renee said, honestly, if people weren't so childish, we could keep things in the game. Exploit it with explicit content, then want to complain about it going away. It's kind of sad. That's what All City Renee had to say about it. I say that it was inevitable. The 2K should have known better, and they should have policed the uploads just like they do for every other aspect where players can upload images. Your Pro-Am team and like Hex said, and my team and all that good stuff. But they asked Ronnie 2K right here. Let me see if I could enlarge this real quick just for the sake of you guys seeing it. When you're going to bring back custom, Spooky Tay said this, when you're going to bring back custom shirts, and Ronnie 2K says we aren't indefinitely. Classic case of some players who ruined it for everyone else. Won't tolerate the inappropriate things that were being put on clothing. And you know, it's kind of silly to me. It's kind of silly to me because 2K is for all ages. It doesn't say mature on the packaging, which means I'm almost certain it doesn't say mature. If I'm mistaken, please let me know. But it doesn't say mature on the packaging. So there's kids that are going to be purchasing 2K, and if you give them the ability to upload, they're going to get extremely creative. And you could only imagine a kid going through puberty who his little peepee gets a little tall just at the sight of cleavage. You get what I'm saying? So these little kids have the same going through puberty in their teenage years, have the capacity to upload images on 2K. So with that in mind, how can you blame the community when you didn't put forth the efforts that needed to be put forth to make sure that you didn't have to worry about copyright issues or explicit type of content? You gave freedom in the kiosk so people were going wild. So there's nobody's fault but 2K's, and 2K should find they have the resources to find a way to get it back right, just like you upload images for other aspects of the game. Yeah, Frank said it does say E for everyone. But y'all know what I'm saying. He said everyone want to look unique, but majority play the same in part. It's facts, they do. You know, and again, I feel like that's another fault to 2K. People say that you play the same and the community plays the same, but there's a reason. There's reasoning behind that. Some animations are just more OP than others, period. And you get some standouts like the good homie Black Cobra who chooses to play a whole different style. But, you know, when it comes to the good majority of the folks, they're going to put on those animations that are most optimal. It's 2K's goal. It should be their job to make sure that one animation is not as overpowered as another. And it takes a lot of energy and time to figure that out. You got to figure down to the milliseconds, every single move. The fact is, one crossover or one move allows you to move faster than another. And this is what in turn ends up leading to meta. And then meta spreads through the community like wildfire every single year. It spreads through the community. And we get everybody ends up looking the same. And it's just a fact, man. Some animations are better. So the good majority of the folks are going to lean towards those animations. He said Ice Spice is the most popular person on them custom courts. Yeah. Ice Spice. Everybody trying to put Ice Spice on their backboards or right dead in the middle of the court. My fault. I'll get to your question, Gamer Ryan. Let me see if I can get to Gamer Ryan's question. He said, I heard that from another source, NBA 2K25 will be pay to play. For NBA 2K25 for certain modes, we'll have to pay to play My NBA, or will that be for all modes pay to play? All right, so imagine, you know, I forget what you call it, but it's like something service, online service type of game where these games are constantly updated, but you don't need to purchase like the unit. You'll purchase, like, for instance, if NBA 2K20, if NBA 2K decided to do this, then you'll purchase the base game, and then they'll update, or it'll be free, and then they'll just continue to update. And you pay for each year, each season, each year. So I can imagine them doing something like that. And then from that, and I mentioned this, I said this like 3 years ago, that this is where they're headed. This is what's going on. Who knows that it may come in 2K25, but when you understand the business model, you're like, yeah, of course, 2K is going that route. And I noticed that with Fortnite, that they were really keeping a close eye on Fortnite and how successful they are. Fortnite is free to play, but you pay for battle passes and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. So I imagine that 2K was going to head down that route. Let me see if I could. All right, let me see if I can get comfy. What up, Ronnie? Salute to everybody in here, by the way. If it was pay to play for certain game modes, it would have to probably go down that route. Outside of that, I don't see 2K with this current model trying to get people to pay to play. So if you heard that, it's really possible where they'll just have you pay for the game mode you want to play. And I see them going that route eventually. I don't know if I highly doubt it'd be 2K25, but I wouldn't be surprised either, as fast as everything is moving. So, and what they mean by pay to play, y'all, in case you guys don't understand, this means that you're paying for portions of the game that you play instead of paying for a whole bulk unit of the game. So it might prove beneficial to a lot of you guys watching, where you only pay for the My Career portion of NBA 2K. And you don't, if you wanted to play My NBA, I never play My NBA. I never play My Team. So, these are modes that are pretty much wasted. As far as development goes, in regards to me as a consumer. But there are a ton of people, so 2K has to make it for everyone. If they go with this model, then they could, and this means that this will give them probably, this might prove to be a W, tell you the truth, because then NBA 2K could fully, get the analytics behind who plays what sells what's most popular in regards to sales, not just playing. And they could see like where to devote their energy to. Instead of trying to make a complete game every single year, they could just kind of copy and paste the My Team portion of it. I don't mean that as fact for my team fans out there, but I'm just saying, if 2K finds out that everybody plays My Career, they could just kind of do the copy and paste thing for My Team and then put all their energy towards the My Career portion for the next annual cycle. So, and then you pay $20 for your seasons instead of $70. So it could be a possibility. I see a lot of games might go down this road. It's a different form of microtransactions. It's a different approach where the consumer doesn't feel cheated. They pay for what they want to play, and they won't have to worry about paying full price on stuff. Let's go to the chat and see what's going on. Little dude in the building, Toonie in the building. Thank you. He said, I like the new layout. Yeah, I saw somebody else. There's what the hell is his name? He's a guy who does reviews on gamers, and I have a graphic design background, so anything that I see, I could pretty much make. And I saw his channel, and I said, and I watch him often. I said, I would like that for my stream. I did something very similar, and I like the simple look, but I definitely love the idea that he highlighted the chat. So I said, that's gold right there. People love to see their stuff up on screen. Similar to what we're talking about with the custom t-shirts and why that would be such a popular move for 2K. Bam, I got this. What's good, man? He said, what's going on, All City? I appreciate your content and knowledge on the game. Also, I was a part of the Lunatics. I need to get back, but thanks for the opportunity, big dog. All good. Well, try your best to get back. We held tryouts yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, it was yesterday. Yeah, we held tryouts yesterday. I think we added like 6 people on there. something like that. Um, so each week we'll be holding tryouts. I got to touch base with the management team to see how long it took. We want to cut it down to an hour, and then if we get it to an hour, we could start adding more tryouts throughout the week to accommodate folks' schedules. Official No Question said, I basically just play rec and theater nowadays, and that's about it. And theater the last 2 seasons because I'm a starter one, Rise, and we keep winning for some reason. Yeah, exactly. Ain't that mysterious that Rise keeps winning? But they do have a lot of people transferred over to Rise. Salute to Shakedowns Rise. Stretch Pig said we're gonna have to have a 2K subscription, not unlike a gym membership. Right. That's exactly right. And I see. I mean, ain't it easy to see 2K going down this road? Like, don't you guys see it? It's like it gives development team a lot more freedom to update their service. That's what they will do. They would be updating their service. And they can pick and choose when and where to update and prioritize what portions need to be updated as opposed to in one annual cycle trying to get everything done. So I think it's called live service game, something like that. I could be mistaken. I forgot what's the motto. Deshaun McLean, Hoke said, don't think 2K is going to do that because they aren't going to get a lot of players on my team. Well, my team is 2K's moneymaker. Yeah, my team is like a huge moneymaker, and it's been like that for years. I don't know if we have a misconception of what my team is, but my team brings in bank for 2K. We just, in regards to content creation, that's where it's lacking. A good moneymaker for 2K, and it has been like this for years, is the My Team game mode. While I think having portions of 2K for players would be a good idea, we all know that they're going to do something to mess it up and we'll still find bugs. I imagine you guys will still find bugs. I imagine that we would still find bugs, but I think this is leaning towards the future. And I have a feeling that 2K is going to be the first to do it. And they're going to, because 2K, they want to be innovative. They want to do that, but I think they're like the kid in the back of the class. He's a shining star. He's just not that bad kid who's ignorant, but the kid who just feels like he's too smart to be in this class is boring to him. And that they have a bright mind. Like the teacher knows that has a bright mind, but he just don't want to participate in the basic stuff. He wants to lead the way. So I think that's where 2K sits, in the back of the class, but they're superstars and they have the financial resources to make anything happen. And they're always thinking, how do we innovate minus creating more work for us? You get what I mean to say? And I think there's a perfect opportunity for them to innovate without creating more work or spending more money on the game. I don't know what it takes to have a live service game. I don't know if it costs way more money, but we have a bunch of successful models. Between Apex and Fortnite, these things make bank. If I ever have a 2K subscription, a lot of people say it, but I could imagine that a lot of us would be paying up that. Come on, look at what just happened, y'all. We had folks paying for level skips on these bootleg seasons. Folks were paying for level skips, y'all. How much? We did the math earlier in the year. They were paying a ridiculous amount of money to skip to level 40. Because I think you could only skip the first. I think you could only go to up to 10, level 10, and then you got to pay some along those lines. But Scully Bully said when GTA 6 dropped, 2K is dead. Never play. I tried my team, and my team is pretty fun, by the way. Sean said 2K is cooked. No money spent always. Oh, so like it's a subscription, right? Or no, like we pay and then don't have to pay again. Is that what 2K? I don't know if 2K25 is going to be like that. This is not. We're trying to figure out the future of 2K. What's the future of 2K going to look like? And I imagine it might. And I said this about 3 years ago. We had the same conversation about 3 years ago. And look, now we're paying for seasons, and it just seems like that's where it will head. Oh, City Big Red with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Red. Thank you, man. Facts. It's like $60 to level skip. Yeah. Yeah. So we would have never thought, if you would have told us 2 years ago, that we would be paying. I told you guys we would be paying for seasons as well. It was during that time when they first when I made a video talking about battle passes on 2K. I think it's called. I think that's what I named it. Battle passes coming to 2K. And sure enough, here we are paying for seasons where I gotta put you guys on to some as well. Let me get to the chat. The Sean McLean. The funny thing is, you can easily tell who actually grinded and earned their level 40s and who paid to reach level 40. You see a level 40 with 6 and 85 overall. Yeah, these boys are butt cheeks. You ain't lying. I don't even be worrying about that level 40 no more. It's more of your like purple or something. Big super chat from Big Red. I switched back to current gen 2K. Next gen 2K, the park is ridiculously large and filled with ads. Hey, you got it, Gamer Rhymer. You got it, man. Deleted 2K last week, but will still tune in. Appreciate you, B-Dub. Thank you for tuning in. Official Alti said, All City, how do you feel about the +2 change to +3 for Rise attributes? I saw nobody. I wasn't even fully aware of it. So, I like to keep it a buck with y'all. I wasn't fully aware of it. I never focused on the Elite reward versus the Rise reward. And it, we know that Rise is OP with they got, what is it that they got? Was it heat check? So I could be mistaken, vice versa. 2-way tenacity or heat check, either one. But it's OP on the Rise side. And it does better. But I noticed that in 2K24, you can knock down your shots. Like, it's not absolutely necessary to have that in your bag. Pay to win. I'm going no money spent. City can see the greedy fun. How do you feel about? Yeah, I read that. 2K losing their creativity. If they weren't so money hungry, there's Elijah Kiefer or Elijah. Maybe it's Elijah. Weren't so money hungry and put their priorities on the benefit of the community, the fun factor would be back in effect. And I think that's where I'm at, y'all. I feel like that's where I'm at. I feel like the fun factor is slowly diminishing. And each passing year since NBA 2K20 is for me, I'm getting less and less patient for 2K shenanigans. Yeah, I said that. You're on an old head channel right here. We use words like shenanigans. Look it up. Should be in the dictionary, or they should have a definition on Google. But yeah, I'm less and less patient, and I'm heavily anticipating innovation, man. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm like, yo, when 2K finna innovate and come on the scene like Bogart? Similar to how we used to feel back in the day. Like, yo, 2K about to drop. It's about to drop something crazy. Wonder what they're going to introduce. And now we got better capabilities, but the game, it kind of feels dry. It feels like a game that you put on when the homies come over, or you're just trying to, get with the homies online, a short stay and then dip off. Where before, and it's almost like IRL, because IRL, nobody plays ball like IRL anymore, outside at least. It just feels like one of those things that you do every now and then, as opposed to how it was back then. It was like, without a doubt, you're getting on 2K, hands down. Nobody gonna tell you different. Everybody know where you at. Where's All City? He's on 2K. Where you get the Reebok sneakers at? Yeah, you make customs and you can't find where to get them at. I've heard this problem before, but I don't know where, because there's no Reebok store. They want our money at all ways possible. And, it's okay for a business. That's damn near every business. Every business wants your money. But businesses with integrity consider it a fair exchange. They consider that they're delivering a service or product that makes it a fair exchange transaction. I think 2K is getting away with a lot. and it comes in the form of millions upon millions of dollars. Because I don't think it's a fair exchange right now. If you tell me this 2K was $19.99, or maybe even given the benefit of the doubt, $39.99, I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. It seems like 2K is on an interim period toward greatness. This is what I really think. They're on a path toward greatness, but they want us to pay for them to make that transition toward innovation. And it's not coming, in my opinion, it's not coming fast enough. Pause. So since 2K20, my last real enthusiastic annual cycle where I was just really happy to get on the game every single day, 21, 22, 23, and now 24, I don't find myself wanting to get on the game nearly as often. And I think 2K needs to find a new approach, and they need to make it happen way quicker. Like, it needs to be way more invested into a new way to play 2K. Like, I imagine next year they might lean towards only matchmaking, where you're not at the park waiting on dots for a game to finish. That joint is so outdated. I was surprised it wasn't removed this year. Deshaun McLean said no one plays outside anymore, because when you play outside, you can't blame animations for your stupid plays and when you get your ankles broken. You know, another thing to add to that is that we're in a different age where everything is recorded. So folks ain't trying to go outside like that and get recorded and then put on, like, look at how butt cheeks this dude is IRL. They don't want that no more. So folks ain't trying to hear none of that. End up on social media, they'd be scary. I'm currently with 4 friends in a party, and we all bought 2K. At the moment, we all playing other games or watch YouTube. Ain't that some? Ain't that some, folks? Free to play and transfer bills over to the new year. And that's what I think that you would be able to do. And that's another benefit for the consumer. If they did go free to play or a live service type of game, they would, you would pay for your character, and you might end up paying more for your character because you'd be paying less for particular game modes unless you play every single game mode. You want to buy that game mode. It's an interesting topic. I ain't gonna front. I might even do a video about this. Let me game. Who was the person that told me that? Gamer Ryan, I think it was. I might have to give him a shout out. Gamer Ryan. Pretty sure it was Gamer Ryan. And pay to play each game mode. I might make a video about it. And yeah, I might make a video about it because we did the same thing prior to battle passes, and then battle passes came to fruition, or seasons as they called in 2K. So it might be good for me to make a video now about it, and then 2 or 3 years I end up looking like Nostradamus. Yo, he predicted that. Yeah, no, that was Gamer Ryan who predicted that. As a business owner, it's all good to want your customers' money, but you as a business have to deliver a product worth purchasing. 2K is not held up their end of the deal. And that's how I kind of feel as well, because I have a business mindset myself, Dreamer Gaming, and I kind of feel that way. But, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I feel that way about a lot of I keep seeing online that 2023 was the absolute most amazing year for gaming. And sure enough, there were some amazing titles that were released. For instance, Baldur's Gate 3, a huge title that was released. I think, what's it called? Not Breath of the Wild, but Tears of the Kingdom was released. There were certainly some good games. Folks they like and dislike Starfield. But there were some huge games that were released. Alan Wake 2. But what I mean to say is that I am disappointed with AAA gaming right now. I feel like there's a lack of depth there. And I'm not into survival horror, so I have a feeling a lot of people would like Alan Wake 2. I'm not into that survival horror type of stuff at all. Jump scares and all that stuff. I end up breaking one of my monitors. You'll just see me hook off on one of my monitors and try to body slam it. with one of them type of games. So, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm going through it right now. I could spend hours searching through games and then looking up reviews because I'm taking all this knowledge and I'm trying to apply it to All City 2, the second channel that we have. So I'm just in the process of flooding my mind with knowledge about games. And a lot of them give me the feeling like 2K. I download it, I try it, and I'm like, it's so empty. It's just so empty. So I end up downloading older games like Witcher 3 or Red Dead Redemption 2, games that are known to have substance that gave me an amazing time when I was playing them years ago. So, All City official Ulti said, here's another idea. Pump faking lowers your green window. If you do it 2 times or more, you have no green window. I don't know how much it lowers your green window with one test from one A test from 2K Labs. But yeah, this was said in the beginning of the year. We touched base on this. Pump faking is supposed to lower your green window, and it may very well lower your green window. But man, I tell you, those pump fakes into successful layups still happen like there's no change. It really feels like there's no change to the pump fake and laying the rock up. I don't see a huge difference from this year to last year or the year before that with pump fakes, even if it's lowering your green window. You're not safe on 2K either because you will still get recorded. 2K calls it top plays. Yeah, and it's one thing to record your player on 2K and what you're performing on a joystick or a controller for that matter. Really showed my age there by calling it a joystick. And I know that's a pause for a lot of you young folks out there. What's a joystick? I'm looking, if you got folks finna, they heard joystick, they're like finna Google the joint and try to order it thinking it's something totally different. Weirdos. We are on one today. I got my coffee. What were we getting into? What the homie said? Let me see if I see what he said. That was the green window. You're not safe. All recorded. 2K calls the top plays. Yeah, but like I said, folks ain't too worried about their character being recorded. Recorded IRL is something totally different because that joint finna stay with you forever. And folks could always re-upload that. If somebody else re-uploads your 2K character 2 years from now, ain't nobody gonna care. Gaming was good last year. 2K just stressed people out. And I feel that, Marco. I think you're right on that as well. I feel like 2K stressed folks out and they had to come with a bang. And I think 2K24 had the potential to be that bang, but the devs upped and disappeared. So 2K could have changed this whole thing around had they just hired like a community manager. All the devs were out in the beginning of the year. We had new mechanics if we were able to kind of get on these Twitter spaces and go through the motions, have like some dialogue with they were doing this, by the way, if you guys don't know, the devs were in Twitter spaces prior to the release of 2K24 and soon after. And they were like creating dialogue with folks who were hosting Twitter spaces. And it was an amazing thing. It was like, yes, this is what we needed. And I felt so invested. I felt so secure. I felt invested, secure in the purchase, secure in the idea that our channel is going to be doing well because the development team is here to save the day. That's how I'm dead serious. This is how it felt. I was saying it in the video, saying, is 2K really turning a new leaf? Like, are we going to go through this journey together and really be able to communicate with the devs and see changes and how the game evolves and all that good stuff? And then when they up and disappeared, I ain't gonna front. That's when my interest for the game. And then not only did they up and disappear, but they up and disappeared in moments where the game was tragic. Like the game was tragic. Shooting was horrendous prior to season 3. And I felt alone. I felt abandoned. What up, Slim? Was good. I ain't gonna front. This is the honest truth. I was so hoping for 2K to be here. I was so hoping. Yeah, 2K's we finna get it for real. Like we about to change 2K forever. Just the idea of 2K being closely connected with the community would have proven to have good results for gameplay. but then they up and disappeared, and now you got the current state. But 2K, they already made their sales. They're already on their way. They done been to the bank already and everything. No custom shirts, too many racists and weirdos in the 2K community. So, it's facts. They're saying Ronnie 2K said indefinitely we're not getting custom shirts, right? But if you guys don't know, you can upload images to 2K for your Pro-Am team, or like Hex said, for my team. And they find a way to police that in those game modes. But for the good majority of the folks, like My Career and Rec and Park and all that good stuff in the city, you can't upload no t-shirts. They can't find a way to police that and bring back the t-shirt maker and then attempt to blame the community for a game. Like, there's a game that's for everyone. This means there's youngins on this game. And Ronnie 2K had the nerve to say that it's the community's fault because a few bad apples pretty much ruined it for everybody. Man, Ronnie, it was inevitable. You should have known ASAP that was what's going to happen. There was a bunch of, like J-Riz Twin said, there was a bunch of folks that were uploading Louie shirts, Louie Patterns. You would just upload a pattern and then you lay it on your shirt. You laid the pattern on your shirt. Gucci and Louie patterns. So you saw everybody with it. If you went to a Pro-Am team, they all had a Gucci or Louie pattern jerseys. 2K tried adding so much stuff. There's so much going on. Let me see what the homie said, because I think that's a good comment. Acro. Slim in the building. No custom shirts. So yeah. 2K tried adding so much stuff. There's so much going on. And they threw away a lot. They threw away a lot of new things. Well, hold on a second. Let me try reading this verbatim. 2K adding so much stuff. There's so much going on, though, and they threw a lot of new things at us this year, and a lot of people just got overwhelmed with patches and mechanics changing overnight. I'm in complete agreement with Acro. It was... So I'm a veteran on 2K. I've been playing it for the longest time. And I've come to have certain expectations and standards. Because I've seen the amount of patches that come through year after year after year, and how some patches completely save the game, and most patches either don't have a dramatic effect on the game or they ruin another aspect of the game. And not to mention the quality of life, and hopefully 2K gets to hear some of this stuff. Because the quality of life as a player on 2K is suffering. How many checklists do you guys have when you start up a game? You change your jump shot? You think it goes with you onto your next game? No. You got to go into your save. You got to go into your appearance, change something in your appearance, save that, or either walk right out the wreck and then come back in for it to actually lock in. But these are things, what annoys me about that is that these are things that the 2K community had to find out amongst themselves, because there's no guide from 2K to say, hey, if you're having problems with your custom jump shots, and it's not loading up on the game, you have to wait a game and whatnot. If you're having issues with loading up your custom jump shot, do this. We don't get any of that from 2K. We figure it out from the community. And there's too many instances like that, similar to that, where you got to recheck your animations. Did my animations reset? Why are my clothes reset? These little quality of life issues make you feel, and it's the accumulation of all these little issues that turn it into a bigger issue for me. And if I had to sit back and judge the game, I say it's a pretty good experience. Like, I know I can get on with the homies and we can have a good time, but we'll probably be laughing at 2K a good amount of times. Like, what the hell was that, 2K? These little quality of life stuff, the accumulation of them, make it feel like it's not a AAA title worth $70. And hopefully 2K could take that from a space of understanding. It doesn't feel like a $70 experience. 2K in their arrogance, I should address the person who said it, Ronnie 2K in his arrogance. And I think the CEO concurred with this as well, and he elaborated a little as well. Uh, but their arrogance was that they provide hours upon hours of entertainment, so $70 is suitable. That gets me kind of tired. I'm even gonna front it. That type of it's just a level of disconnectedness. People are trying to undervalue what a dollar is. Inflation costs across the world don't measure up to the raises that you guys get in your jobs. Do you get what I'm saying? So while everything else is going up, including gaming and these predatory companies that really tried their best to get you to dig in your pocket, you ain't getting raises like that in your job for the amount of money that's going on over here, where simply playing a video game you gotta budget that into your monthly budget. Are you freaking kidding me? Simply playing 2K has to be a and for the folks that understand, they know, because your wife is asking you. Like, yo, where did this money go? Why are we $200? Your wife is asking you. I know the vibes. Your wife is asking you, yo, where did we were supposed to have $200 or $300 extra more dollars this month. Where did that go? I know a lot of y'all pissed right now. Like, yo, how you knew, City? Come on, man. Because while 2K tries to make it seem like the dollar it just doesn't have any value, and you need to put forth a lot of dollars in order to get value or get something good in return, by the time you know it, you done spent $200 or $300 for a game that you already spent $70 on. Additional money. He said, my wife got her own money. Oh, man. So you feel what I'm saying? I get it. Yeah. It's some. I just feel like 2K could have done we used to get, this is what irks me as well. I don't know if you guys agree with this, but maybe we could talk about it. There's something else that irks me too, because I understand I've been a gamer since I could remember. But I remember being blown away by games. Do you guys remember that? Where you put on a game, it's like, wow. And I'm talking about older. For instance, 2K is a game that blew me away when it first dropped. But if we look at the first 2K right now, it looks like polygons, boxes. It looks so lame. It doesn't look realistic at all. But I remember the feeling I had going from NBA Live to 2K and being absolutely blown away by how amazing 2K looked on Dreamcast. It was like none could be better. And the level of innovation that we were able to experience as gamers, it left us optimistic that the future holds something amazing. If I would have known that this is the future from where we were, there's something lacking, yeah? There's something really lacking in development. And it feels like a bunch of fluff. It feels just like a bunch of fluff layered on, and there's just a lack of substance there. That's what I feel like. But enough of that. What up, Riding Dirty? 40-year-old here, been playing with the same guys forever. This year is the least fun. Hold on, the homie said, Rich Dirty said, this year is the least fun we've had. We about to clock out. Gameplay gets more and more corny yearly. These are like honest opinions for folks. And you could hear it in everybody's tone that folks, they're upset because they're emotionally attached. So we're like watching this stream, and the stream may seem intriguing to some of y'all because we want to be emotionally attached. It's similar to a relationship. While you get upset because you're emotionally attached when your wife, your girlfriend, your partner, significant other does something that you dislike. You get upset because you're emotionally attached. If you didn't care, you just move on, right? So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because we want 2K to be great. We're not complaining for the sake of complaining. We just want that feeling. Pay for a product and you're happy. There's nothing that makes me happier, especially when I find a deal on a product that I've had my eye on. There's nothing that makes me happier than investing in a product and getting a good return on your investment. For instance, the Secret Lab chair that I'm sitting on, I love it. Always recommend Secret Lab. I bought the desk and I'm absolutely in love with it. Quality products that when you pay your money, you know you're getting your money's worth. 2K, a AAA title, is supposed to be that product. You know you're getting your money's worth, so you don't even hesitate to pay. There's certain companies and products out there that you won't even hesitate to pay because you know you're getting the quality that you're paying for. And for the folks that ain't ready to pay for that quality, they maybe save up or they wait, whatever, they get something with less quality that's less expensive, what suits them for that time. But they may always have their eye on something better. I feel like when we're talking about quality in regards to 2K, it just doesn't feel like a AAA. Bars. Reggie Hayes said gameplay needs a complete overhaul. The mechanics are horrible. Pro play is non-existent. Constant patches and update leave players fluctuating and frustrated. Maybe that's what he meant, flustered and frustrated. And makes for bad gaming experience. Reggie Hayes, I'm in complete agreement. These are some great... I've been struggling to even make content for 2K, y'all. You guys know I normally upload every single day. But I said, you know what? And I was so set to make a video today, but I'm not feeling it. And I don't want to come across inauthentic. So I said the best thing for me to do is work on this new setup and then connect with y'all. So when I make my best content is after connecting with y'all, because I got my finger on the pulse. You guys help me keep my finger on the pulse. Especially making me feel like at least I'm not going crazy. There's people who feel very similar to the way I feel. And I know we all want to play it. Like we all want to be on 2K. We all want to be there. But we just don't want to feel chipped. Period. We just don't want to feel like we got. And I think you can get that every now and then with 2K. So if I had every intention to play this game sparingly, I think it'd be worth it. If I said, all right, the annual cycle, I play this game sparingly, it's all right. I could pay $70 for this. But then you got to think of the grind, the time invested to get your player up to par, enough for you to just coast the rest of the year. So you're spending about a month to grind your player out, and then you can coast the rest of the year, considering that you only play the game sparingly. But for them folks that play the game every day, it's not it. Game isn't that bad. People be dragging it. Yeah, I don't think the game is that bad either. I feel you all the way. I'm just at a place where I'm looking at the history of my relationship with 2K, and I'm saying, 2K, you're supposed to be doing better right now. Simple, straightforward, y'all. That's how I feel. 2K, you're supposed to be doing better. But I gave you a city. And yeah, but in that city is empty. I can't do nothing from point A to point B. There ain't nothing going on in a big empty city. All it does is give me more travel time. But I gave you new park courts. I didn't ask for new park courts, bro. Even if you was going to give us new park courts, how about give us IRL park courts, Rucka? One of the best courts in 2K ever was the Mountain Dew courts. And it was so simple. The train going by. Another court was 2K16's rooftop court. Why are these the best courts on 2K? When 2K done designed amazing parks that nobody goes to. When it comes to basketball, simple is better. Quality of life should be placed at the forefront. Ease of access, navigation, traveling, fast traveling. These things should be easy. 2K tried to bring an open world experience to 2K and it failed. Point blank, period. Now they need to go back to the drawing board, find a way to make it easier to get, I understand the open world. This helps them sell their clothing and helps folks be seen. So I understand the open world aspect, but it failed because there's nothing going on in this city. There's nothing to help keep you moving about in the city. So let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. You guys help inspire some of these conversations. So, Stretch Pig said, I own a small lawn care business. Some of my clients only pay me $40 to cut their grass. I over communicate with them to make sure they're happy. 2K, meanwhile, gives us bare minimum communication. Do you know one of my biggest pet peeves when dealing with other businesses is me as a consumer, is the lack of communication from that business, especially when I'm paying a hefty penny or a hefty price. If I am paying you for like a good amount of money, I want top-notch service and I don't accept anything less. Otherwise, I get a refund, period. I'm a stickler in that way. But I'm also, if you're overly good with communication and customer service, I'm like want to give you more money. And it makes me feel secure as a consumer to get everything else for me and my family through you. And here we go. And I had touched base on this once before. I was saying that there's no other business that makes me spend money like that. Last year we spent $1,200 on 2K, and I said, and I didn't even know it. And I said, there's nothing else that I spend something like $1,200 on that I'm not fully aware of every single dollar and the value behind it for the product I purchased. Fully aware that I'm spending this $1,200. And then 2K gets away with jacking $1,200 out of my pocket. I said, oh, hell to the nah, never. And that's why everything had to change. So, I feel that way too. I think it's important for these businesses to communicate. Here we go with 2K. The defense is now the same as 2K23. I'm ice skating in all types, where it's hard to stay in front of my opponent, where I'm constantly going back and forth with opponents. When I score, they score. That was Sean Emilio Jones. They could give us custom shirts. With how Twitch, Kick, other streaming services are with their adult topics, they are literally on their front page. Inexcusable behavior. Kids already see this stuff. It's facts. The kids already know this stuff, but I think they do fall into copyright issues as well. So it's not only explicit content. I have a feeling there's some copyright issues there. Who knows? It may very well just be the explicit content. I have more fun losing online and Madden with the Bears. Ain't that some? If items and upgrades were cheaper, people would love it. I think they would as well. I think people would love it if everything made sense from a worldly standpoint. I make this amount of money. I make this amount of money. This is how much money should be spent on a t-shirt. Do you get what I'm saying? This is the type of money I make, and I spend this much on a t-shirt. Why is it that a t-shirt costs 10 times more amount in VC or currency than an NBA player playing what an NBA player receives for playing an NBA game? See, real life makes sense when it comes to gameplay for the 2K devs. But you see, when it comes to microtransactions, it is completely out of this world senseless. Out of this world senseless. You're an NBA player who played an NBA game, but a t-shirt costs just as much as it costs you to work. So it just makes zero sense, man. And they could have found a better way to do this. Getting ripped off by big companies is the norm. If you allow it, yeah. I come from the hood. So it's like you always had, and I was always outside. I'll put it like that. I was always outside. So a lot of people knew who I was in my projects. And it's just like, if you're well known in that way, give me 1 second, y'all. If you're well known in that way, you don't need to have your head on a swivel as much, but it becomes second nature. You're always looking out, and somebody's always going to attempt to hustle you. I'm from New York. Somebody's always going to attempt to hustle you. And it becomes second nature. You don't need to look at folks funny. You don't need to be like all crazy, but you just need to know that somebody's always going to try and get you. And it's unfortunate that way has seeped into damn near everything, but they do it from a legal perspective. And it's almost like, how is this legal? Because you don't have to buy it, right? You don't have to buy it. But what's your experience like when you don't buy it? I've noticed that in 2K24, my experience was okay going no money spent. So it wasn't like I spent a good amount of time going through it, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't all that bad. But naturally, the competitive spirit of most players, they want to increase their gameplay. This is the natural evolution of 2K players. And for those players who want to increase their gameplay, you're gonna have to come up with that bread, B. Do you know if you added your My Player attributes to create? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that. We made a video about it and everything. I appreciate you sharing that. Do you know if, matter of fact, this is the next comment. Let's see, Bama. Bama said, but we have to look at ourselves and ask if we're getting in the game to compete or be good or have swag as far as clothing items, etc. Yeah, yeah, it's facts what you're saying, because I grew up poor. I grew up extremely poor, and there were kids who were able to get some cool sneakers every other month or something like that. So I guess it's very similar. I couldn't afford it growing up to have cool sneakers like that, or my family couldn't afford it, I should say. And it's probably the same as in 2K. My argument was going to be like 2K should give that stuff to players at a lower cost, because it's nothing worse when you can't afford these things on 2K and then you see somebody coming up with it and it's like, oh, that looks cool, I would like to get that. But you can't. So I guess that's in line with real life. There's some people who have it, some people don't. But it ain't like you can't both play basketball. The dude with new sneakers and the dude with old sneakers could both get on the same court. So it's understandable. In a basketball game, it should only be about basketball, nothing else. Motivation HQ, that won't be a bad idea. It seems like 2K is just stretched so thin, going so many different directions. And I think people like these other side quests, but there's a lack of depth in these things. It seems tedious. It seems point A, point B type of stuff. So yeah, Hemi said Walmart shoes once a year. And I know the vibes because I used to go to what was that? Think about it. It was some sports store, Modell's. I used to travel to Modell's because they had inexpensive sneakers. So just to get a decent pair of basketball sneakers, I would travel all the way downtown. It was way downtown to go to Modell's and get me a pair of sneakers. I'm an NBA player on 2K. Why the F is my salary 1,000 VC a game? I've never seen such broke NBA players until my player hits the floor as the #1 draft pick. I got to play 25 games for one shirt. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? See how that don't make sense? But we know this. A lot of us know this. A lot of us know this. A lot of it just doesn't add up. Let me make sure this is right. Give me a second, yeah, because I think I gotta sit back. Let me sit back here. Oh, I didn't want that to go down like that. Oh, put that up. Give me 1 second. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Still a little funny styles, but I'm trying to adjust this thing here. I want it to be higher. Give me 1 second. I want to raise this up higher. There we go. Yeah, that's a good idea. Much better. So I could probably put my feet up. All right, feet up. NBA Live, where you at? Push this down a little bit this way. There we go. To make a character better, sometimes it's the grind that they showing us all we really don't want to go through, but don't break, or else we're going to be paying for everything. And like I went through the grind myself. I didn't find it too bad without paying money. But then some folks, like we talked about this, the work the 40, 60 hour work weeks, they're not trying to grind. They just want to get on the game and play the game modes they like to play. They should add locations like how Call of Duty implicates maps and lets us choose before the game. Yeah. That's why I was saying that if I feel like 2K is somewhat disconnected because they would know that the community would really like IRL parks. They would really love to choose IRL parks. Maybe there's some licensing stuff I don't know about. Uh, yeah, they would really like that. I wouldn't mind it either, Bambo. I really wouldn't mind it either. And you pay for the portion of the game that you actually want. You pay for the my career portion of the game. You pay 20 instead of 70. And then you got to pay for your build. And I imagine if they go that route, they're going to charge people a lot of money for builds because one build could go through multiple game modes. So if you're paying for, like, say, park versus paying for a wreck, so you might pay for the storyline, or you might pay for the city, for instance, the city portion of the game, but you don't need to have my league or WNBA or my team. What do you guys feel about that? Is that something that you guys would want? I'm gonna make a video about this. I think it's necessary. I was a big my career player and loved the storyline. I felt like 2K's storyline is booty the last couple of years. That's why I started playing online this year. That's Chris giving his honest feedback and experience with 2K. I've never really liked playing my career. I did it this year, going no money spent. So, and I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that bad of an experience. I was able to do the my career thing and still play online with the homies. I didn't think it was that bad of an experience, but it was an experience that I really didn't want to go through the whole year for every single player that I made. Why the hell can I text more than 200 words? I was a big my career player. Oh yeah, I read that. Yeah, but like more realistic parks like in 2K15. It's January and I'm still a 96 on my first and only build. Yeah, salute to you. A lot of folks. You see what I'm saying? A lot of folks are in this. Let's get a quick survey here. How many of you guys? We understand that a lot of us we play the game every single day. We are expected. We're anticipating whatever. We know we're gonna get on the game every single day. When you get on the game, help answer this for me. With the time that 2K24 has been released, even playing the game every single day, are you truly enjoying yourself? Is there a sense of enjoyment? A full sense, not. I'm talking about a full sense of enjoyment without feeling like you're doing somebody a favor, without feeling like I gotta grind my player. A full sense of enjoyment for a goal that you have set forth and you trying your best to meet these goals, and for you end up finding that enjoyable. You're able to look past the flaws in 2K24 and you just fully enjoying yourself. How many of you are enthusiastically enjoying yourself is what I'm trying to get at. Because I think a lot of us, we say, yeah, we're not having a bad time. I think a lot of us will say that. We're not having it. 2K24 ain't that bad. Is that our expectations for $70 now? You'll go spend $70 on a movie right now and say, go watch a movie, $70 for you and your partner, and come out the movie saying that's not that bad? Or would you come out saying was definitely not worth $140? There are no goals in the game. I find my enjoyment in different play styles, right? Because I find that to be the case as well. Bama got this. You know what though, bro? I have my two bills I mainly play on, and they don't even need to go over a 94 because the attributes at every quarter. Yeah, same here. I did that with a couple of my bills as well. Now that I'm not playing every day, it's not horrible, but playing it every day was driving me crazy. And this is why I felt it was important. So folks that are watching, you could hear feedback. I don't want to complain about the game. I'm not trying to complain about it. I really ain't even loading it up anymore. I look online, see what's going on in the news. I haven't done this. It's been about 2 weeks. Appreciate you, Cole. Cole, what up, man? Playing 2K feels like doing a task for school or work. That's how I was feeling. You know what I noticed? Let me tell you guys something. What I noticed is, so I make content for the day. Then I hit the gym and do my errands or whatnot. Say every now and then, this is how my day goes. And by the time I get back, I decide if I'm gonna go live and connect with y'all. And then after that, I get on 2K to, run with the homies in our Discord and get up with the homies. I noticed that my day was flying by. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes I think it's a good thing. But I felt like I was missing something. And, I look at my last few weeks and I'm just like this before the new year. And I'm just like, nah, B, something got to change because I'm not having enthusiastic fun with 2K. Like I'm not. Every time it just seems like redundant type of stuff. It's like, all right, let's get on 2K, man. What we got going on? And you're not having those moments of just utter enjoyment. You get what I mean to say? And after a multitude of days that pass or weeks that pass, you look back and you're like, hold on. I'm tired when I go to sleep. I'm tired when I wake up. I'm rushing. With each passing day, it was like more and more time was taken away from me. So I just reset everything. I said, nope, it's not going down, B. I found out what was the culprit. I'm spending too much time actually playing the game. And I'm not even having fun. This is what made me delete 2K23. And this is where I'm headed with 2K24. Doesn't feel like AAA. It doesn't feel like $70 worth. It doesn't even feel like I should be fully investing as much time as I was investing in 2K. And it's unfortunate because 2K could easily put me in a chokehold. I'd give it up. Yeah, put me in a chokehold, bro. Yeah, bro. I'd give it up, but what advice? They don't have reasons to play. We should have the most in-depth leaderboard system in the world by now. And that's absolute facts. It's almost like 2K done gave up and trying to entice us to play the game. But those numbers show for 2K. They know it. You see, while 2K, in regards to basketball, they only competing with themselves in regards to basketball. They cornered the market, so they got it locked in, right? We know this. And they don't let nobody up that ladder. And the gatekeeping basketball sports gaming. If somebody tries to come up, 2K will bite them. Simple as that. So 2K's competition is other games. And 2K knows that these other games they are consistently aware that these other games take the player base away from 2K. So they compete with other games, but when it's convenient for them, they sit back and say, we're just a sports basketball game. And it's like, hell nah, y'all nah. Don't even try to play like y'all some sort of indie game. Like y'all not pulling in crazy funds for 2K. They ain't doing GTA 6 numbers, but they pulling in funds. They ain't pulling in GTA numbers, I should say, not 6, but I know 5 is the only one that's out. But I just mean to say for the sake of being lazy and lack of innovation, they could just lean on we're just a sports basketball game. But then they want to make their competition other big name games in completely different genres. What we covering today, how 2K still don't get it, a little bit. So we started the conversation Vice with the custom T-shirts. So Ronnie 2K said, someone asked Ronnie 2K, when are they going to bring back the custom t-shirts like they had in 2K18? And Ronnie 2K responded saying it's not coming back pretty much indefinitely. Let me see if I could pull it up. I think I pulled up this post, but I could probably pull up the first one. I think this is a clearer image. Yeah, this is from Ja. Let me post it. So they asked, Spooky T asked, when are you going to bring back custom shirts? And Ronnie 2K responded, we are not indefinitely. Classic case of some players who ruined it for everyone. Won't tolerate. And then he goes on, like the idiot goes, he's somebody, I swear he's somebody smacking the back of the head. Like, you didn't have to say nothing else, bro. But then you go, won't tolerate the inappropriate things that were being put on clothing. As you shouldn't. But the way in which you don't tolerate it is by policing the whole upload process so it doesn't happen in the first place. But because 2K didn't want to set a budget aside for people to monitor what uploads are coming into the game or going online, they didn't want to put forth that effort, whether it's a bot or whatever. Should have been some review process. Because the game is for everyone. It's not mature. So what do you think these kids are finna put on t-shirts? This joint was released in 2K18. If it was released right now, all you'll see is Ice Spice butt cheeks on everybody's t-shirt. And by the way, Ice Spice, she's a cute little girl. But if you're from New York, all you got to do is go to the Bronx and you run into 1,000 Ice Spices. You don't necessarily need to only go to the Bronx, but if you want to see Ice Spice live, like in your face, just go to Fordham. It bugs me out because I'm looking at Ice Spice and she's a cute little guy. Man, these other cities or states are deprived, bro. Because she is the most regular looking girl. I'm dead serious, y'all. I don't know how many of you guys know this. So if you're infatuated with Ice Spice, you probably should make plans to find your next wife in the BX, period. Yeah, she's a cute little girl to me. That's when I saw her. I didn't know anything about Ice Spice. I didn't know. I heard people talking, but I'm like, what the hell is Ice Spice? So I was asking the homies. And they said that this is rapper chick. So I looked her up and my first reaction was, oh, she's a cute little girl. But I couldn't understand the logic because why folks were so OD on her because she is damn near everybody you run into in the BX. So I said, damn, these folks out there deprived. It's hard out there for a pimp. Don't tattoos in the game bring about the same problem as those? Well, you can't upload. See, when they had custom shirts, Vice, you used to be able to upload your own image. So like I would create some in Photoshop and then upload it onto a t-shirt. Tattoos don't pose that because they have preset designs for the tattoos. There can be a basketball without the NBA. That's how I was saying, Roy Ray. Salute to Roy Ray, Ricky Bobby's cousin. Appreciate you being here, Roy Ray. I have issues trusting people with two first names. But Roy Ray, you do make a good point, and I brought this up myself before. There could be another company that comes up and just develops a basketball game without NBA licensing and follows a very similar formula as 2K. Custom clothes, custom appearance, custom courts. They could follow a very similar formula, but just make it park and rec and all different modes. Over here in Europe as well, yeah. Yeah, tattoos are expensive. People still have inappropriate things on their tattoos. Yeah, they still put the bras on and they get creative out there. Have they changed shooting this season? Because I feel the shots are getting more contested, but they are easier to hit. I haven't gotten on this season. I dead seriously haven't even loaded up to play the game this season, which is unheard of. And I need to get on because I definitely want to hit level 40. or I may just take the season off. But I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna approach this stuff. But we'll get there. John Kill, what up, man? Ice Spice picks Rule Pro Am like she sponsored them. My breaking point was when they were fixing shooting, but they left slashing literally useless. 97 driving dunk with precision dunker is literally useless with driving dunks, but let's fix shooting. Maybe I should load up. Maybe I should load up. I might consider it. I might consider it, man. I need to see what the gameplay looks like for 2K24. Maybe I'll start it up for tomorrow. 2K went crazy in offline modes, though I can't lie. My NBA. Do you guys like this setup? Is this setup good? That you guys like seeing your comments on screen like this? Let me know. Let me know because I like it. I like it myself. I'm just wondering if you guys appreciate this change where I could really showcase your comments and what I'm responding to. When the game used to be balanced, I used to score 30, 40 points a game. Now, since the game is so unbalanced, I only score 10 to 15 game now. 2K won't let me be anymore, especially on. He said 2K won't let me anymore, especially on defense. You know, I did dope setup. Thank you, y'all. Yeah, it's a good setup. All right, cool. Thanks, y'all. If anything, interior defense got nerfed. New season suck, bro. Don't do it. That's Jay Bando said the new season suck, bro. I saw the season. We did videos on the season and all that good stuff. So I know what the season has in store. I don't really like the course, but I'm only looking at it through YouTube because when people are talking about the course, they actually saying that they like them. Do you guys like the courts? I know through the YouTube videos I was watching, the courts don't look appealing, but maybe in person, like when you're on the court, not in person, but you know what I mean? When your player's on the court and you're looking at it live through your PlayStation, maybe it looks better. I don't know. The setups is here. Keep it going. Thank you. Thank you, Reginator. New season suck, bro. I disagree. Interior defense is crazy right now. Interior defense is good right now because I might get on with my center. I gotta say, I've noticed the improvements in interior defense. That's not to say much. It's not to say like it's amazing, but it's way better than the place it was at. But it's still just as bad as it's very close to every other year, in my opinion. Is the ranking system in Pro-Am? Hold on, what you say? Is the ranking system in Pro-Am even real, by the way? Earlier today, we beat the number 12 team in the world without any problem, and we weren't even tryharding. Yeah, the ranking system is real, and like our Maniacs, the All City Maniacs, a lot of people who are on the Maniacs got ranked to like number 8. I don't know where they end up at. But it's based around the amount of games that you play. Because we played against the number 3 team in the world, and we only lost by 3 points, and we didn't have anybody in their correct positions. Like the homie Slim, brand new to running point guard, was running point guard that game, and we did good against them. So we only lost by 3 points to the number 3 ranked team. So I get it. I get the feeling of like, hold on, this can't be real because we faced way better teams than them in the rec. Reginator. Thanks, man. Reginator. Contact donks are OP. I think you're talking about a whole different, because I don't know if you guys see the comment, but he put contact donks are OP still. I think any contact on any type of donk will probably feel OP to any of you young folks. We used to get contact on donks in the house party whenever they put on, let me see you pump them things, shake that doodle brown. And damn, everybody would run back into the house party and all the donks were out. So I think you're talking, there's a family channel, by the way. So if you want to get into conversations about contact on donks, maybe I'll consider setting up a live stream on my other channel, more adult conversations like that. This season is fire. I have a 96 win percentage and 105 games played. I don't know what y'all talking about. Nice. All right. 2K needs to come up with NBA Streets ideas like make it arcade vibes. That's what Baby Girl said. Baby Girl Kayla. I think 2K has the formula already. If you look at like, the vibe in 2K20, I played to Legend. I played damn near the whole ride to Legend in the park. It wasn't until the very end. I was on my last bar, if I'm not mistaken, and folks were telling me, let's go into rec and play 92 and under. I didn't even know it was a thing like that because I loved the park. So I think they have the formula, but they just get goofy adding realism to the park. So, not the donk. Most super calm guys do private. Acro says slashing is literally not OP. Anchor stops everything, even on bronze. Laker fan dropped about how bad the contact dunking is this year. Everybody knows the contact dunks, yeah, they're bad. He couldn't dunk on a 6'4" defender with 51 interior defense. And, it's facts because I see both sides of the coin. This is the issue here. If you get into position early, the outcome should be the same. So if you're doing your work early, you should have an understanding of generally what's going to be the outcome. But these outcomes fluctuate without giving us understanding. So a lot of times when I'm running center, I'm like getting in position early because I have 6'10" center. So I get in position early. I make sure do your work early to prevent them from even taking off. And a lot of times it works, but then you get these few times that leave you confused. And I think that confusion is where it leaves everybody scratching their head. And that's why those are part of the reasons as to why I don't feel like AAA, because you don't get the same results for doing the same thing. There's no like set formula. It seems so random is what I'm getting at. And nobody likes to feel like the game is random. Nobody likes that feeling. Because then how do you learn if it's considered random? You know what I mean? How is it that you get to learn and say, well, all right, I got there early this time, and I got a great contest. So if I just rinse and repeat, I should continue to get these great contests. And then the challenge becomes, you trying to get there early and someone setting a cut, learning your tendency and then sending another cut behind that. But that's not the case. You just randomly get one convenient animation, then randomly get a really poor animation. One play defending as a center. I know a lot of you guys could understand this. One play as a center, you're jumping through the roof or getting this amazing chase down animation that gives you an opportunity to get a great contest. And then the very next play, you can't jump 4 inches off the ground. I know a lot of you guys could agree with that because I've seen this way too many times trying to run center. Embrace the correct defense. Good old AMS. Salute to y'all, man. Where we at? Damn, these streams are getting longer, right? Because I didn't even realize an hour and a half had passed. Normally I do an hour, but I'm happy to see that we was able to kick it like this. Why do people complain about screens in the rec? It's a game. I barely seen anybody ISO in the rec. I can't tell you why. I feel the same way, right? If somebody attempted to complain to me about screens in the rec, I would completely ignore them. It's damn near the standard. Damn near everybody runs screens, and you get a few 5-out teams. But nobody should be complaining about screens in the rec because that's how the game is played this year. It's not like last year where you could run an ISO. You could run ISO this year as well, but screens are hell of effective and smaller guards are in the game. So, this is what it's going to be. Screens have to be in the game because a small guard build with a high ball handle. See, this is what 2K knows. If the taller guards are getting ripped by lockdown defenders, or they're being put in a position where they're not as mobile by a lockdown, then players naturally evolve and attempt to adapt, and they make smaller players. So then they attempt to go too small, and they say, well, I don't want to be that small, even though I get a higher ball hand. You start finding out that sweet spot. So for me, I like the 6'4" build. I think it's a perfect size build to give you the ball handle, the animations behind it, and the speed with it. And this is what the community goes through each year. They find out what's effective. This year, it so happened to be pick and roll, pick and pop type of year. It ain't like we've never been here. So folks that are complaining, it's just the way in which a person makes their build. Of course, a lockdown one-on-one against a 6'4" with limited strength is going to dominate. So this is why the screen is needed. You need to dominate with that screen. But defense shouldn't even be upset about that because it's so commonplace. They should readily be able to make an adjustment, make sure the hashes are pinching, corners coming up pinching, or their center, if the center's playing the pick and roll, is high enough to hedge. I can't understand it. For me, it seems anybody who makes that argument, it just seems like they have a lack of understanding on 2K. That's all that is. Like, that argument should fall on deaf ears. They're just not, you guys are not on the same level. He's at the beginning level. He don't understand this stuff. Setting screens is cool, but setting a screen every single play when your teammates sit in the corners is corniest. So that's another issue. And we could talk about that, hear me? We could talk about that. It's like any offense can just repeat the same thing if it's not working. So I don't, it's really dependent on your point guard, y'all. Pick and roll is the set that's run, but it ain't like if I'm running point guard that if I look at my average score, I think I'm averaging 22 with 11 assists. I think that's like my average. It could be more, it could be slightly. If it's less, it's probably like by 1. But if I'm running point guard, you guys are not just sitting there, bro. So, when you're complaining about, don't complain about the pick and roll. I think people who understand basketball for the most part, if they're playing as a corner player or a corner shooter, you're really mad at your point guard for him not getting you more opportunities. I'll give you a perfect instance solely for the corner. I'll give you guys a perfect instance. If I got a corner player, for me to get my corner player in motion and get touches, there's multiple plays right off the top of my head that I could think of. I could put, say, a hash shooter on his side, then call a Fifi. Fifi, the corner player, cuts into the rack. The hash player cuts down to the corner, keeping your players up and in the game, putting them in motion. And you might dot either the corner, or you might dot the person that's cutting into the paint. Another play is I'll put the hash on my side that I'm coming down the court, and then I maybe call an off-ball screen for that corner player to come up, getting him an open shot, only leaving him on an island with a screen coming his way. And that's more so done when the center stays low. If the center's more inclined to stay low, then I know that there's going to be a wide open space on that side. I'll overload the entire right side, call the off-ball screen for my center to go set an off-ball screen for that corner player. He comes up and gets an easy 3. Or just a standard backdoor cut to put him in motion. So as a corner player, you shouldn't ever, if you're feeling like, man, this is just dry, is mostly due to your point guard that you're running with. Because these point guards, you should always want to be moving the defenders and keeping the defenders on their toes. Like, people don't believe in offensive sets and random rec. Fingertips, ticky-tack fouls everywhere. Yeah. Nobody want to deal getting spammed all games. So yes, come set that screen. Yeah, and that's another thing. Don't act like these lockdowns aren't spammy. These boys hit square for absolutely no reason. Like, the logic don't make no sense. The ball is chilling in my right hand and he's way on my left and he's just hitting square. Like, brain dead locks out there, bro. So, it goes both ways. I wish people understood that. My dogs play like that too, down screen and all. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Hear me. So I think with the right folks, with the right players, everybody should be in motion. But it's in the point guard's best interest to set everybody up in motion because you're moving defenders. So if you're a point guard that's truly playing the chess match and you're not out there trying to play checkers, if you're truly playing the chess match, then you're going to put people in motion for the sake of 5 plays down the line or first quarter to fourth quarter dynamics. You know what I mean to say? I might spam the whole first quarter with backdoor cuts, just to set up, leave them thinking that everything's going into the paint. Maybe I want our center. Maybe I'm running with a popper and I want our center to move down. And I want his teammates to start riffing at him like, yo, you got to get back down, bro. You got to guard the paint, bro. So we spend the whole first quarter backdoor cuts this, backdoor cut that. And then second quarter, I drive in a little bit, bring my defender with me a little bit and hit my popper. You know, these are some of the things I take pride in as a point guard, and most point guards should. To be honest, I just hate getting screens unless I call for it, to be honest. Well, I mean, if you're ISO build, you would hate getting screens. Yeah, I believe it. If you're a taller 6'6", 6'7" type of player, you don't want no screens. I get it. There's so much more that goes into offense you can do, so much other than just sit there and wait for a 3. Yeah, there is. My point exactly. The minute I put the ball down, folks be reaching. I gotta tell you, I've come to a point which we could pull up some gameplay. Let me see if I pull it up here. Give me a second. So I could show you guys, for the folks that don't know, there's a little bit of what I was doing, what I was learning as a point guard. Here's a little bit of what I was learning. And the reason why I brought this up is what the homie said there. As a point guard, call out the corner. No, that wasn't it. The contest system. The hell did this thing? Oh, you said you put the ball down and folks be reaching. That was Liquid Fam. I honestly rarely, if ever, worried about getting the ball stolen. Even with the reaches normally work in my favor because it leads to a crab. So it was a rare occasion that I had to worry with a high enough ball handle. It was a rare occasion that I had to worry about getting the ball stripped. And watching these clips actually make me want to get on. I'd be feeling like, yeah, it'd be nice to get on. And don't judge me. I am brand new to running point guard. I'm just trying to put things into action. Not gonna lie, I think I figured out the dunk stick. I wish I did. Use the spacing better than most. Thank you, man. Thank you, Bambo. Yeah, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot of times it's overwhelming. But it's fun, though. I ain't gonna front. It's like a gift and a curse. It's fun and it's frustrating at the same time. Kill crab. Man, try to jump. Bang. Hey, fun times. Protect the ball and draw the foul. Yeah, when we ran against taller players that try to run the 1, I ain't gonna front. That's what they do. They protect the rock. They hit that L2, and you rarely, if ever, get a steal on that L2, unless you got a super high steal. It will more than likely lead to a foul. But that's also something to do with skill. If you got a taller point guard who's more inclined to get stripped out there, then yeah, it's understandable. You'll try and protect the ball. The game is not bad overall. It's just some people make the game bad. Yeah, I don't think it's bad overall. I can't say that it's bad overall. But yeah, a huge portion of it does have to do with who you're running with, and it can like make for a bad experience. So what I did was I played enough different positions. Like I tried the point guard this year, and I had a good time running point. I did. But it still didn't captivate me to the point of, let me just keep playing. There was too many instances where you felt like you got it. This is it. Now you're ready to move on and add something else to your bag. And then this particular game that you got on, server you got on, day that you got on, just ruined it all. And your timing was like way off. And I would go through too much of that, where one game I can't miss, and then the next day, the next game or something like that, everything feels delayed. Almost like we're on a server with a super high ping. And then you got to figure out what's the delay. So if there was a more consistent experience when you're playing online, I would probably still be playing 8 hours a day. But there's a lack of consistency in what's going on online, and it feels like more so like when you get on a Call of Duty game and it has a super high ping. How many kills you think you're gonna get when you get in one of those lobbies? You get what I'm saying? So that's some of the stuff that I noticed. I'll go back to the full chat zone screen. Yeah, I started holding L2 more because it also helped lead to me getting more crafts because people spam recklessly. Yeah, I think the best bet is to hold L2. It really does work, but as you increase your skill level, you wanna. I'll tell you this. I'll just put it out flat. When we see folks hit L2 consistently, every play it's coming down the court and then hit L2. Oh, we're like, damn, bro, this man's hitting L2 like he has no bag. So when I hit L2 is maybe one of the animations dragged me in and it put me in a bad spot. So I'll hit L2 to kind of reverse back and then I'll set up my moves again. But I don't hit L2 again. I try to source up. So I will say, as a defender, watching somebody come down the court with no bag and hit L2 comes across pretty annoying. Because whether it's annoying or not, it's a game of basketball. Some players are annoying. But it does make it seem like the person who's dribbling the rock doesn't have a bag. I'll say that much. You could take that however y'all want to take that. It's not to say it's right or wrong. My feelings are right or wrong. It's just a feeling. We all end up, oh my God, this man's hitting L2. It's us, B. Yeah. yeah. It's like, yo, what are you doing, bro? The whole 24 seconds of the clock gone. We should be able to customize our matchmaking experience like any. That's not a bad idea, Bambo. It's not a bad idea to choose the level of, like, you'll get ranked your player, but then as a player, you could go in and choose the level of gameplay you want to face against. So maybe a bot wants to see what high levels of competition look like. They'll choose like the Hall of Fame level of ranking. And maybe you just want to play against bums. You can't play it lower than the level that you're ranked. I think that's fair. Through your gameplay, you get ranked. If you want to choose a different gameplay or play against tougher opponents, you could only choose higher. You can't choose lower, so you won't be able to take advantage of bots. But I just really don't think there's enough players because the matchmaking is horrendous. I can't tell you how many times we're all purple and come across all black. It happens more often than not. Yeah, that's how I am. The minute I get in a bad situation, I hit the L2. Yeah. And matchmaking has never been, in my opinion. They need to let us do the work. Well, we say that easy, but I don't know the first thing about what it takes to get matchmaking working properly. And I think the dilemma is that they want to get folks on the court. And if it's anything like Pro-Am, what happened with Pro-Am, and I imagine this is what it is, and this is why we get matched up against all black teams when we're all purple. In Pro-Am, we would get to the highest rank in Pro-Am. But when you get to the highest rank, there's not a lot of teams who maintain that rank. So whenever you go in to search for a matchup, you're waiting there for hammers. You're just waiting forever. And the best way to get a game would be to disband your team and remake a new team starting from scratch. So that's what we would have to do over and over and over again. So it would be a lost effort to maintain your rank, and it kind of ruined the experience as well. It does kind of ruin it because you want to keep your rank. So I have a feeling that that's what goes down with 2K. There's not enough people playing at higher ranks, so you don't get to face off against. Maybe these players are like going into Pro-Am and things like that. So maybe you don't get an opportunity to face purples as often. There's so much more blacks and browns. Bro, I've never waited more than 2 minutes for a game in the rec. Yeah, I've never. Same here. I'm 6. I think that's 2K's logic is what I'm trying to get at. Is that they don't want to run into that problem, so they don't even present it, and that's why they have matchmaking the way it is. Yeah. I don't care about the matchmaking. I feel like if you're a black rank, most of the time you get matched up with all purple or gold. But I just don't see there's not enough out. So when we get, like, I got a 90 win percentage, and we rarely run into decent teams that make us even think a little bit. There's no cap. We don't. It's a rare occasion that we run into a team that makes you think, and we're in squads rec. That makes you put the tools that you're. Most of the time, it's a practice session. Most of the time, and I'm not sweaty like that. I'm just saying, I'm just an average player, and for me, as an average player, most of the time it's like a practice session. And every now and then you'll get a purple, or maybe every now and then you have a whole day of sweats, and it's so weird. It'd be like maybe all the sweats contacted each other, and then your whole day is spent playing against higher IQ players, more organized, more structured teams. What a good stream. I ain't gonna front. I've been having fun with these streams. I've been having fun talking with y'all and kicking it with y'all. It's been dope, man. I like this setup, so we're gonna do this more often. And we might get to talking about everything. I might start, we won't talk too much about it, but we might just cover different topics, trending topics and things like that, and we'll just pull it up on a live stream and get with it. Maybe it don't always have to be about 2K. I feel like the matchmaking can sometimes be inconsistent, for sure, Jalen. On that note, y'all, I'm wishing y'all all a safe and blessed rest of your weekend. Hopefully you guys get a good start to your week, man. Always try to be better than you was the day before, man. Peace and blessings, y'all. We'll catch you guys either on the next video or the next live stream. Easy, y'all.